Right then, this is a walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6 SE diesel. This particular car's equipped with the sat-nav, finished in black with this absolutely stunning exterior pack. Effectively it's the black edition pack with the alloys, the extra little bits on the front and back of the car, and the high level rear spoiler. The car looks absolutely stunning and is in beautiful condition as well. 61,000 miles or so on the car, but I'll verify the exact mileage in a second when we get inside. Front of the car, new style front end, as you can see there, with the new style headlamps. Looks absolutely brilliant on the car, really does. It's all very subtle but works wonderfully well. Lights and lenses are completely clear and intact. The bonnet itself, very clean indeed. The bumper corners again, very good as well. Coming down the near side of the car first, very clean on the panels, no indentations at all that I can see. Coming to the front near side alloy, in really lovely condition. They look fantastic on the car as well, especially with the black exterior. Apologise if it's a little bit grainy, the video this morning. I'm having to do this video a little bit earlier than normal, so the sun's not quite where it should be. Rear alloy again, very clean. Coming around the back of the car, you can see there, got the lower silver trim and the high level rear spoiler. As I said, it is very subtle, but it works wonderfully well on the car. Come around to the offside, driver's side of the car. Again, really clean on the panel work there. Can't see any indentations that immediately jump out at me. Offside rear alloy, again in beautiful condition. And the remaining panel work is absolutely fantastic. Final alloy, again as with the others, has been kept wonderfully well, and it really is a lovely looking car that looks far better in the flesh than it actually does on video, unfortunately. Coming into the boot area now, which is absolutely huge on the CR-Vs, and it has been kept absolutely beautifully back here. The plastic's all really good, as are all the fabrics as well. It's been given very gentle use, this car, inside and out. Coming to the back now, big wide opening, virtually 90-degree rear doors, give you great access, and that legroom is astonishing. I mean, you can get 5-6 foot plus adults front and rear in these. They are huge in the back, and I'm not cheating, those front seats are set for me and I am over 6 foot tall. Rear seats in beautiful condition, and not always the case on CR-Vs. I always say they are family cars and quite often show that use in the back in particular, but this has been kept very nicely. Coming to the near side front door, the door card's lovely, as are all the others. Footwell area is very clean and tidy. Again, the front passenger seat in lovely condition as well. So finally come down to the driver's door card. Again, lovely and clean. The footwell area very clean and tidy. The driver's seat itself, again, as with all the others, has been kept wonderfully well. As I sat inside the car now, engine's running through this section, so the dashboard can actually be seen illuminated. Dashboard looks pretty much as new in here and in lovely condition, and all working perfectly. You can see the sat-nav screen there. If I pop the car into reverse, get that lovely clear gridded parking camera. You can configure that to some degree as well. Got a dual zone climate control system, but everything has been kept wonderfully well. If I come across to the dashboard binnacle and pan in there for you, hope you can see there, 61,656 miles, and there are no warning lights at all whilst the engine's running. Auto lights, auto wipers, multifunction steering wheel there, you can see there with the cruise control. And you've got your hands-free functions and various other functions on the steering wheel, all working exactly as they should. Just to quickly show you, owner's manual pack is here, as is very importantly the locking wheel nut key. Finally, just to come under the engine bay, which is always with Honda, is really nicely presented. They do a fantastic job on this. Cam chain driven engine, absolutely brilliant units as well. More of which in the following road test video. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6 SE, and it's the Navigator model. So it's just beeping because I'm getting close. It's got this lane mitigation system on the car. This particular car is registered NY65EDV. The mileage at the start of the road test is 61,650 miles. The reason for doing the videos is very simple. We just want people who are actually looking at this car in an advert to actually see that very car in operation. We're aware that, you know, our customers travel vast distances to come and see our cars, so the least we can do is go to the time and effort to do this for you. You know, we are acutely aware of how frustrating it can be to go and see vehicles which look great in the adverts and the text and photographs, only to get there to find out when you drive the car it's got a fundamental problem you should have been told about before setting off. So hence that's why we do it. The road test is also done on part of the same test drive route as any prospective buyer would go on, so hopefully be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive in the vehicle. Car itself has been very well maintained, recently serviced, feels tight as a drum, I have to say. Engine starts absolutely instantly, of course, settles to completely smooth and even idle. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car, and the car's been running for well over an hour now. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the vehicle. The engines themselves are just brilliant units, and don't think a 1.6 isn't man enough for the car, because trust me, it is. It feels quicker than the 2.2s I've had predominantly, and I've had a couple of these 1.6s. The advantages are quite clear. You know, you get much better fuel economy, and the old 2.2 was great on fuel, but these are just amazing. But also the low tax on the car, because I mean they're next to nothing to tax. It's an amazingly cheap car to run. Used day in day out, the engines are just fabulous engines. They are very smooth for a diesel. It's got a lovely broad power band as well, so you haven't got that tiny little bit of power to use and then it drops off, or loads of turbo lag. It's actually got a really nice pickup from, you know, very low revs, and pulls heartily all the way through, and without sounding strained either. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the car absolutely perfect, smooth. Bike points is exactly where it should be, so all good there. Gearbox, I've said many times on the CRV videos, is absolutely sensational. I mean, it's almost too good for this type of car. If you could, that could be the case, because it's a gearbox that could happily sit in any of their sportier cars. It's very short and throw, precise, accurate, mechanical and feel. It's just wonderful. It's what Honda do so well. And certainly in contrast to some manufacturers of SUVs, you think it's an opportunity to get away with, you know, giving you something that just wafts about somewhere and a gear somehow engages. This is just superb. It really is. And I can't feel any slack in it at all. The linkage is perfect. Steering on the car, again, really nice on the CRVs, very nicely weighted, accurate, precise. Track's lovely and straight as well, by the way. There's no vibrations at all, and I'm going at the maximum speed of 60 miles an hour, but been up to 70 on the motorway, and it exactly the same, so there's nothing coming back through at all. Just feels very taut in hand, and it feels, what I love about it, it gives the car a feel of weightiness on the road, you know, while still being light to manoeuvre. So it doesn't have that awful kind of over-assisted feel that some cars seem to have. And it works beautifully in conjunction with the chassis as well, because it's absolutely perfectly matched to it, because the chassis gives you a really good compromise, which is ultimately what it is. I mean, Honda know this is a family car, so in essence it's got to be comfortable, safe, and basically not jarring on long distances. So what they give you is a very compliant, comfortable ride, but through the corners it flows really nicely without loads of body roll, loads of pitching and wallowing, which again some cars of this type tend to suffer from. It's just absolutely brilliant, and it comes as no surprise, because Honda, the CRV is the best-selling SUV in the world, so obviously they do know the market well, and this is why so many people buy them. They drive lots of them, find out this gives you the best of pretty much everything out there. There's also no nasty sort of knocking noises or rattles coming from underneath the engine, so all exactly as it should be, under the chassis rather, sorry.
Brakes on the car, by the way, really nice solid brake pedal on the vehicle. I did brake it, hit the brakes quite hard earlier. I won't do it again now because I'm too close to the car in front and the car behind me is too close as well. But there's no vibrations or pulsing through the brake pedal, so all exactly as it should be. Looking around inside the car, it's not been cleaned yet, but it's not going to take much because it's very, very clean, this car. Beautifully made cars, they really are. There's no squeaks, rattles, buzzers from the trim, nothing at all. And this is real build quality, you know, a few years down the line. I mean, really sensationally made vehicle, but a lovely place to sit and operate a car. Brilliant driving position. Dashboard, whilst it's got a lot of equipment, isn't one of those dashboards which could you think, oh my good God, you know what, how am I going to control all this? It's really simple to operate. Once you've had the car for a week or so, everything becomes second nature very quickly, and all working exactly as it should. You can see their navigator model, so the navigation's working perfectly. As the walk around video shows, the rear camera works perfectly as well. Dual zone climate control system, so different temperatures side to side on the vehicle. Wonderful quality of switchgear in these CRVs as well. They manufacture them absolutely brilliantly, so everything has this really nice kind of rubbery precision feel to it. It's hard to describe really, but they do put a lot of effort into that Honda, and it's designed to last a long time. Some manufacturers, the paint peels off the buttons, you know, they can be a bit of a joke after not that long, but these are beautifully done. Bear with me 1 second. Air conditioning, by the way, pumps out lovely cold air. I checked it in a nice warm workshop not so long ago and put the aircon on. It's blowing out lovely and cold in there as well. Dashboard, simplicity itself, of course. I mean, Honda, again, do that really rather well. Nicely done with an information display system slap bang in the middle, giving you sort of relevant information. And then you've got auto lights, auto wipers, cruise control, which works perfectly. And you've got a speed limiter you can place onto the vehicle as well. But every button, every switch, all of them working exactly as the manufacturer intended. I mean, as brief as the video is, I mean, it is literally to pick up on any issues. There's nothing at all on the car. It drives absolutely beautifully. Whoever's lucky enough to get this will be getting a really, really fabulous car. And I'm not giving it any allowance for its age or mileage, because that's a get out that I hear from so many garages. But this car, as I said, drives exactly as it should. And we've been selling Hondas for over 25 years, so we know these models intimately. Having said that, if you've got any questions about the car, don't hesitate, do give us a call.